What is the value of the expression 3 squared plus 11 divided by 2 multiplied by 5? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? At first glance, this expression seems very simple, but unfortunately, many people get tricked. Let's dive in and break it down step by step together. To solve this question, many people start by calculating 3 squared first, and instead of the original expression, they rewrite it as 9 plus 11 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. And the next step, they usually perform the addition between 9 and 11 and simplify this equation to 20 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. Then, they proceed by doing the division between 20 and 2, which gives them 10 multiplied by 5. And finally, they multiply 10 by 5, which ends up with the answer 50. Then, without any hesitation, they quickly say that option D is the correct answer to this question. However, this answer is absolutely wrong. Also, some other people when solving this question first go for the expression 3 squared and they simplify it to 9 plus 11 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. And the next step, they usually go for the multiplication between 2 and 5 because they think multiplication has priority over division. So, they rewrite this equation as 9 plus 11 divided by 10. Next, they perform the division between 11 and 10 since they believe division has priority over addition. And they rewrite this equation as 9 plus 1.1, which ultimately gives them the answer 10.1. And immediately, they conclude that option B is the correct answer to this question. However, it's not the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let me show you how to solve this expression properly. To solve this question, we must follow the PEMDAS rule. We should perform these operations exactly in order from top to bottom, step by step. Okay, as you can see in the image, in this expression, first we have an exponent, then an addition sign, followed by a division, and finally a multiplication. We should start with the exponent, because in this expression, exponent has a higher priority than the other operation. So, this expression simplifies to 9 plus 11 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. In the next step, we need to handle the division and multiplication, since multiplication and division have higher priority than addition. However, it's really important to understand that multiplication and division have equal precedence. In this situation, the best thing to do is to start from the left side of the expression and move toward the right, performing division and multiplication in order. So, first we perform the division between 11 and 2, and this expression simplified to 9 plus 5.5 multiplied by 5. In the final step, we do the multiplication between 5.5 and 5, which gives us 9 plus 27.5. And finally, the value of this expression is equal to 36.5. That's great. Option C is the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let's solve another tricky math question together. What is the value of the expression 60 divided by 5 multiplied by open parenthesis 6 plus 6 close parenthesis? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? Let's take a closer look and solve it together. In the first step, most people start by solving the expression inside the parentheses and replace it with 60 divided by 5 multiplied by 12. In the next step, they go for the multiplication between 5 and 12 because they think multiplication has priority over division. So, this equation simplifies to 60 divided by 60, which finally gives them the answer 1. And immediately, they quickly say that option A is the correct answer to this question. But I have to say we were tricked and it's not the correct answer to this question. As you can see on the screen, in this expression, first we have a division sign, followed by a multiplication sign, and finally parentheses. To solve this question, we need to use the PEMDAS rule. PEMDAS shows us the priority of the order of operations. So, we start with the parentheses first, because it has the highest priority than the other operations. Okay, this expression simplified to 60 divided by 5 multiplied by 12. Now, it's time to simplify this expression. It's very important to note that in the PEMDAS road, multiplication and division have exactly the same level of priority. In this case, all we need to do is to start from the other side of the expression and move step by step toward the right. So, first we perform the division between 60 and 5, which simplified this expression to 12 multiplied by 12. And finally, the value of this expression will be 144.